This documentary will give an insight on how racing pigeons are prepared for their races as a sport in Malta. This sport was introduced to the Maltese people when the Maltese Islands were part of the British Empire back in the 1940s. The first club founded was the Slima Pigeon Club in 1946. Nowadays, there are 23 active clubs around Malta and Gozo, with approximately 900 active members. That makes it a loft every half kilometre squared. Considering the total area of the island is that of 383 kilometres squared, that is quite dense indeed. Each member has to start by building a breeding loft for the eventual racing pigeons. A common practice amongst the members is that of giving an established bird with a strong pedigree as a gift to each other, especially to starting members. Today, it is also common to attend various local auctions of renowned international breeders, especially of those from Belgium or Holland. The racing season is between November and May, with 27 to 29 races scheduled. Halfway through the racing season, the breeding season starts as well, between January and May.
These two youngsters, 5 days old. This young bird have 3 weeks old. Already have the rings.
Training usually starts in October, where each member trains his pigeons by flying them around the loft. As the racing season approaches, training tosses are also organised. These tosses are done both individually by taking the pigeons to a specific location and they fly back to their loft, and also organised by contractors who are well equipped to carry pigeons professionally from various towns across the island, and they are all then released at the same time.
With the food, we like to put some form oil plus. And we like to use some Boost X5 for some energy. Mix together. We like to use some chipping of Varrobi for the humidity, to keep the loft dry.
Here, anti-kochi material by Versallaga is being used as floor dressing in order to keep the floor dry due to the high humidity levels in Malta.
Today we are with Mr. Charles Gauci. He's a member of the Slima Pigeon Club, the first club that was founded here in Malta. So tell us, Charles, when you designed this loft, what was your first plans to make a good loft?
This loft I make it about 4 years ago, and the special is the ventilation. The ventilation is coming from downstairs. It's going up and go out from those chimneys over there. And I make it face to south because of the sun, you know.
Tell us a bit about your daily routine, how to take care of your pigeons and your loft.
Well, when I come in the morning, I open the birds' house for training. and I invest in the system of conveyors and just put a switch on, and I clean everywhere with the system off.
And it's automatically?
It's automatically, yes.
So no work has to be done?
Yes, exactly. For racing, I use Warrobe pigeon foot. On a regular basis, I use Betacol to bring pigeons in good conditions.
Here at Veterinary Pharmacy, we are checking the health and condition of pigeons. We have pigeon fanciers bringing over their pigeons for us to examine. And we have here two young pigeon fanciers, Kieran and his sister Leah, who have brought some droppings and some pigeons for me to check. I will first start with the droppings and then have a look at the pigeons to see if there is any problems which we can maybe solve. I will examine these droppings for coccidiosis, worms, and any fungal growth. I have a special counting chamber here so that I can count the coccies, and shall now prepare the solution for examination under the microscope. A sample of these droppings is dissolved in a special flotation liquid. The examination of the droppings is now complete. There is no presence of worms, not even any fungal growth. The cocci count is fine. Now we are going to examine this pigeon, have a look, so we can see if there is any other problem. Pigeon looks good. Was a tough race yesterday, but pigeon is looking good. Eyes look very clear. Mouth is nice, throat is nice. Very good balance. Very nice here too. Now take a swab, check for the presence of Trichomonas and excess mucus in the throat.
Race points are fixed and start from Pozzallo in Sicily, covering a distance of 100 kilometers, and continue all the way up to Manfredonia in Italy, with a distance of 660 kilometers. The racing program is issued by the Malta Federation of Racing Pigeons. From 100 kilometers to 280 kilometers are considered short-distance races. These include Pozzallo, Belvedere, and Messina. Middle distance races cover between 365 kilometers till 385 kilometers from Santa Eufemia and Catanzaro. Finally, long-distance races range from 540 kilometers to 660 kilometers from Metapunto, Bari and Manfredonia. We will now follow the basketing procedure at the Birkirkara Homing Union Club with members using different ETS systems. The member has to show the pigeon's number to the race official, and then the pigeon is placed in a specifically designed box where the race official scans the electronic chip. The race official confirms that the number registered on the chip matches that of the ring, and finally the pigeon is taken to the pigeon carrier. The use of the specifically designed box is important as it minimizes any possibility of cheating in the game. Each fancier is allowed to race up to a maximum of 10 pigeons per race. Once each member enters all his birds, the ETS clock is synced to the Federation's online system, and so those entered pigeons are active for the race. After all pigeons are collected from each club, they are taken to the port, where they are loaded onto the Racing Pigeon Federation's trailer. The following day, usually early morning, they are loaded on the ferry to Sicily, and eventually driven to the race point. Pigeons are fed and provided with water by a hired conveyor until release. The Maltese Federation of Racing Pigeons appoints 3 individuals at the beginning of the racing season as releasers. Their role is to check the weather forecast and decide on the best weather conditions for when the birds can be released. Once the decision is taken, the rest of the members are informed on social media of the time when release will take place. After confirmation of release is out on social media, each fancier must ensure their systems are in place for when the pigeons return and they are precisely clocked on the system. On short-distance races, results are issued the same day as the release. On the other hand, long-distance races may take longer than one day to conclude, depending on the number of returned pigeons. On the day of the result, all members go to their respective club so that the modules are scanned and synced through club systems onto the Federation's system in order to generate the official result. The majority of clubs in Malta and Gozo use the first punch on the clock system for their results, although some clubs are using the velocity method instead. In recent years, the GPS tracking was also introduced by Mr. Manuel Attard, member of Club 06 situated in San Juan. Here we can see a particular pigeon's GPS track from Metaponto to Malta in the 2019 season, in which pigeon arrived on the same day of the release.
Giving an insight on how the results are being done here in Malta, speaking on behalf of our club of Brikilkara Homing Union, the result it is calculated on the first 20% of the pigeons that were sent to the race. The first 10 will acquire trophies, while the rest will earn points. And apart from points, they will earn as well some monetary gift. Point systems are calculated that, for example, if a race has 100 kilometers, the first place will earn 100 points plus 10% of the pigeons that were activated for that race. So, for example, if we are speaking on a race that is 100 kilometers and there are 200 pigeons, the first place will earn 120 points. The system then automatically will deduct the points until the very last place automatically. Apart from races, each and every club in Malta has his own aggregate system. Speaking on our club, basically we have the short distance aggregate. They are races that goes up to 280 kilometers. And then we have the long distance aggregate, which is races that goes from 280 kilometers and beyond. Apart from that, we crown the overall champion that basically acquires the most points between the two categories. Apart from competing at club level, we are also competing in a sectional level. Basically, it's the district that the lofts are situated in. And apart from sectional level, we are also competing in a federation level. The system used in Malta, it is the first punch on the clock. Although we are using the velocity system, which leads us to compete in the Racing Pigeon Olympiad that is being organized by the FCI. Once the season is over, the club committee will meet up to start and organize the presentation night. Here basically all the members will attend to receive their trophies and their monetary gift. In a sportly manner, everyone will enjoy their success.
It is safe to say that racing pigeons in Malta is done purely out of passion for the sport, and not in a business-like manner. The sport is mostly inherited from one generation to another between relatives, and therefore most fanciers here in Malta are brought up cultured in the sport of racing pigeons.
Cheers!